I'll call the meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, to start tonight, we have to do the reorg. I am going to appoint temporary the reorganization. Would like to appoint.
Nomination.
We'll nominate Cliff Hopka.
I'll second.
Nomination.
Aye.
Nomination.
I would move Commissioner Schmidt for Vice President.
Mike.
Aye. You do.
No, we have.
Nomination.
I'll move the three: Callan, Pete, and Ellie. If they want to flip it around, we can leave that up to them.
Right. Nominate. Favor?
Aye.
Carries. Fire the two. Ellen.
Yeah, it normally is the board president.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ryan.
Good evening, President Hubda and Park Board. Ryan Ackerman here on behalf of the service. We're joined today by Rustin Rutluck with Houston Engineering. Just go through the drone flight and kind of narrate as we go along. As has been our traditional route, we start on the west side. And what you're going to see here by and large is that in phase MI6, which is more of the same type of construction that's going, basically flood wall, gate wells, and pump stations are the focus here. Because of its structural technical nature, it's a little bit slow going as compared to phase MI7, which a lot of levee. And then within phase MI7, largely work finishes. This is the gatewell structure. You see that's coming up out of the ground here nicely. Start to come into Roosevelt Park, you're going to see a little bit different look here of the pump station. The pump station operating floor is in place. Hatches down into the wet well. Actually, Rustin just informed me that today they started setting wall sections. Tip-up precast panels are being put in place in that building, and it should be, for the most part, enclosed by as early. That'll come into shape very quickly here. So one of the things that is still on our radar here is the skate park. Was told that the utility crew with park construction intends to be here within the next couple of weeks, and they'll start installing all of these parts here that are staged in this area next to the skate park. And at that point, we can look at getting the construction fence moved late summer or early fall. Again, that's still on our radar. On the levee here, you see the asphalt has been top of the levee going around the north side of the park. You see a lot of work has been happening recently with Magic City Express, so we're rail laid and tracks built. The one-way traffic pattern has been reestablished through so you vehicle at that path. I think that's working fairly well at this point. You see, you know, a couple of these zoo exhibits are under construction. On the flood wall through Roosevelt Park and through the zoo, contractors working on staining and kind of final finishing there. This area, this concrete that you see adjacent to the flood wall, that is actually the concrete that actually encases the railroad tracks in concrete. The grade separation structure obviously in place. Contractors work grading that comes off of this. That'll be at a grade of about 5% or less. 5%. So that is all. Within the zoo proper, as we kind of come to see that work in African characters getting some together, but you kind of see this first sandstone color on the wall. So really the base coat layer of foundations, African. I think everything is being orchestrated fairly well. I feel good about where we're at schedule-wise. I did inform you guys a couple months back, I guess, about issues that we had encountered with the camel exhibit here, with basically exposing the foundation for disintegrating. There were a few hidden treasures in the form of utility vaults that nobody was really. So anyway, we worked through a change order with Matson. We've executed the order, and they're going to be back to work. Exhibit. Round through the here and come back to the basically just going to get a different view of things that we. Again, you know, a lot of work is going on right now, starting to come up out of the ground for the pits. Largely, the structural work associated with flood protection in 7 is done. Structural work that's happening now is 2 exhibits, Magic City, stuff like that. Starting to see some of that fun stuff that gives the park its character back into focus. That President Hubda, I'd take any.
How's it been with the pool? I mean,
I've successfully been able to keep my out of the pool so far. But I you know, I think from the contractor, and we have a contract line. We stay on our side of the line the best that we can. Sometimes that line gets crossed, and then remind people of where the line is at. But yeah, I think for the most part, I mean, you know, you certainly can't cure curiosity in all cases. Rustin and I were talking that the skate park is closed. People are still finding their way to it, of course, but we certainly don't want to encourage that. It's relatively unsafe, but knock on wood. Obviously, if we see people inside of there, we're obligated to kind of chase them out of there. Try to do it tactfully and generally act surprised like they didn't know it was a zone, and then they'll leave and typically occasionally you'll have one or two people don't listen to you and they come back the next. That's when you get the notification. Here. Okay, so on the west side of the railroad track, actually, another fence. Have your exhibit. So west of the visitors, actually flood wall and perimeter fence for the, whereas of the visit flood wall is the perimeter. Reason why we have to double them up in this case because we have Magic City without having that go. It is it is all your property. Service River platting is will have city will have the ability to go in and operate. That's all.
Anything else for Ron? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you also for keeping us updated and for the progress you're making. Other personal appearances, gentlemen? Either one of you have? Nobody? Okay. We'll move on then to the consent items, looking for approval of minutes from the three. Gentlemen. Okay. Come up, please.
It's kind of all new to me.
All right, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, hello, I'm Eric Breen. So I'm here for the Curriculum Classic and asking permission to have it at First Valley next year. So hello, my name's Eric Breen, alongside Nick Zahn and the Elm family. I'm one of the organizers of the Curriculum Classic. Nick and I founded this event 6 years ago in honor of our dear friend Kirk Elm, who tragically passed away June 11th, 2020. Wanting to support the Elm family, particularly Kirk's son Aiden, through such a difficult time, we launched the inaugural tournament in June 2021 and have continued it every year since. Historically, the primary objective of the tournament has been raising funds to support Aiden's tuition at Bishop Bryan Catholic School. Witnessing his growth has been incredibly rewarding, especially now that he has graduated and is preparing to attend Bismarck State College this fall. Additionally, through the phenomenal support we have had received, the event has successfully contributed more than $40,000 to local charities. looking into the future, we also intend to create a scholarship in honor of Kirk. So today, we are requesting permission to host the 7th annual Kirk Elm Classic at Sears Valley Golf Course on Saturday, June 19th, 2027. Our event relies on a 4-year venue rotation between Wildwood, Varden, Sears, and Beowulf. And we look forward to bringing the tournament back to Sears Valley for this upcoming edition. Sincerely, Eric, Nick, and the Elm family.
Comment?
So this is a new business item as well. Was this something we were going to discuss later, or we're taking it right now all the way? Or is that what the question is for new business? I got you. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess,
Comment.
no, that's all good. I just want to make sure it's the same thing. Matt, I have a question. Have we, maybe you, although, has it been on Saturdays other places?
Last time we had it at Sears, yes. So we've Nick Zahn spoke last time, and we've had it on a Saturday, yes.
When it's been at Bayo and the others? Probably
So
not.
Wildwood we had Saturdays. Varden we had one Saturday, then we had a Monday. Sears we had a Saturday. Beowulf we had one on Monday. So in the rotation, it basically goes Wildwood, Varden, Beowulf.
I guess personally, I worry a little bit about Saturday just because it's Saturday and it's a day that we would be totally full. I mean, it's a great event. I've known the Elm
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
Talk separating the two, but
Yeah.
I guess that's my concern would be doing it on Saturday. I guess we've done it before on Saturday, but I don't know how the others feel. I don't know. Feels like a Monday or a Thursday is when most of those things are, but I don't know what other
And the
people
reason
are
why we're
thinking.
asking too is because we have a lot of people that come out of town, kind of
Traveling.
thing, things like that. So yeah, kind of, it's been kind of a good thing for us, just have it on Saturdays because then they, participate, help us out, and get everything moving and helping us out.
Get it in June.
Yes,
All the
it's
time.
always been in June. Yep, it's always been in June. It was either like the second week or third week, fourth week, or as long as we had it in June. We would, June 19th, yeah, for next year. Yeah.
If it wasn't on a Saturday, would you move it to the Monday? Like, is that Monday open at Cirrus? Or
Dave, tell us now. I know we had the oil tournaments. Some change.
Well, the our events when they first started the Monday events, we weren't as busy. The golf course wasn't as busy as it is now. So our policy has been basically, if somebody wants to have a tournament, Monday is the day to have it. Typically, if we have a Saturday, it's a state event that only comes to our place every 10 or 15 or 20 years. Like we just hosted the state match play, and that was last weekend, but we haven't had that, I think, for 22 years. The API moved to a Thursday afternoon, Friday, so they're not on a Saturday. So, yeah, I mean, it's your call ultimately, but it has been Mondays have been the day. So, Eric, you'd still have the tournament, correct? If it was a Monday or not?
Yeah, we still have it. Obviously, yeah, we still have it Monday. Like I said, I mean, if we could push it back to even Friday, would you?
Well, Thursday's Ladies' Day, so we're not going to move it on that day.
I got you, Steve.
Any other thoughts on that? I would agree with great tournament.
Mhm.
terms of our use, Saturday and Sunday are by far the busiest. And the course has gotten much busier. Seems to me during the week.
Does, I mean, could
Yeah, Mr. Hub, the policy's been, I cannot book a tournament unless it's on a Monday. A Friday would work as opposed to a Saturday because it's not a weekend, but
that
if
was
they can
gonna,
make a Friday work, that'd be fine.
that was gonna be my question. I mean, could that be like a meet in the middle almost?
Yeah,
where,
a Friday would be awesome. I mean, that would,
where it was Friday. I'm sure Friday can be busy, but
Yeah,
not like Saturday.
yeah. I'd have to look at the dates, Eric, but I'm sure there would be a Friday
yeah,
in
so
there.
that would be June 18th. Would that be that? That would be that Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could.
Well, okay, I'll make a motion to regrettably deny the Saturday and direct staff to work with the organizers of the Kirk Elm Classic to find a weekday that works.
Have a second? Chelsea, a second. Any discussion? Discussion?
Are we given the then the Friday?
With that motion, I would take that as we can make that a decision. Yeah. If you, that's what you meant.
100%.
Any other discussion?
I get the Saturday thing. I know why.
Yeah, no,
I just
and
trying to look out for everyone who have so many days they can play.
no, and absolutely. Like I said, like we know it's getting tough out there to, you know, for golf tournaments to be on Saturday and stuff. Because that's when, like, that's why I'm sitting here today. You know, I mean, like I said, like Friday would be awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Okay, so still got to vote on that. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any other personal appearances? We'll move on to consent items. We need, looking for approval for the 3 meetings, June 16th, Minot Park Board, June 16th, July 7th, special meeting. And we have a second. Discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of bills amount of $858, $822.
Move approval for $858,822.18.
Is there a second? Discussion. Discussion. Call the roll, please.
Hammer. Kirk Hammer.
Yeah.
Olson.
Yes.
Schmidt.
Yes.
Hubda.
Yes, motion carries. Motion for salaries, please.
Yep.
Motion second. Discussion? Discussion? Roll call, please.
Hammer.
Yeah.
Kirk Hammer. Olson.
Yes.
Schmidt. Hubda.
Yes, motion carries. Financials, Alan?
Yeah, the only thing I'll add that we're not discussing with budget related stuff later on is the audit is wrapping up. I've got just a couple of my adjustments in our financial report that I'm working on currently, and they should be planning to be here next month to present.
Questions for Alan? Financial. Okay, hearing none, we'll move on. Director of Operations, Jared?
Park Board President, Commissioners, kind of one update on my submitted report. At the special board meeting, we approved to rebid the Cameron Courts liner project. It is out for bid right now. Bid opens August 11th. So I was gonna maybe ask for a couple days after that. Looking at like August 13th, if we could look to have a special board meeting to either accept that or deny that bid opening. I would look to probably 11 a.m. or after, because we do have an emergency management webinar at that in the morning from 9 to 11.
And we did talk about taking our Hammer's advice and doing a little field trip out and doing that at camp.
Yes, and it would be at Cameron, so we can walk through the bid and what's included in the bid at that time.
Does that work fairly well for everybody? If it does, you'll be on. Everybody else got?
Good for me.
Okay, I can set that meeting then. 11 o'clock? 11:30.
Yeah, whatever. Yes, probably 11:30 in case our conference call
11:30
runs a little
on
bit
the
long.
13th of August at the center.
Cameron Courts, yeah.
Cameron. Okay, we'll make that happen.
Other than that, I'll answer any questions to my submitted report at this time.
Any other questions? Thank you, Jerry.
And there, Dr. Logan is not here, Shannon and Troy, so I can try to answer any questions. Submitted reports.
Anything on those three departments?
You?
And we go on to Ashley. Marketing.
The only thing that I have to touch base on, I believe you guys have invites for Steve's party. You're doing that on August 3rd, no matter how much he doesn't want to attend himself. So you guys are all invited, no RSVP needed. Otherwise, I can answer any questions.
No questions? That's a very good idea. My long life, I have known two, about 46 and 47 years at the same job. You're the only one I've known 50 and then birthday. And I would say I hope this district also can celebrate your 50th.
I haven't made it through this year yet. Yeah.
All right. Steve, you're up if you want to speak.
We hosted the state match play, and Cammie's crew did a heck of a job. My staff was also on point all weekend. The people love coming to service, love coming to Minot, and Cammie's crew was up early every morning and got the course in great shape. So thank her and her crew for that. She did a wonderful job. So definitely worked hard those last 4 or 5 days to get the course ready, and numerous compliments. Cammie and I looked today at making that putting green by 10 tee box. Peyton Hughes from Bismarck is going to come up and give us a price. Junior Golf will cover the cost of the project, and Cammie won't have to worry about moving irrigation or adding heads. Just have to maybe guide us as we do it. And then a board member and I this morning met with Brady Martz. We're trying to get it set up so the WeLinks expenses will be covered forever, and they won't be a burden to the taxpayer or to the park district. So all the bills will be paid, maintenance and golf shop staff. So kind of excited about that, so that it'll never, go by the wayside. So and be a burden to the taxpayers.
That's amazing, Steve. Have that set up in perpetuity forever.
Yeah.
It's a blessing for the park district. Keeps that great. Thank you.
Where's the practice green? It's like by where is it expanding the one?
Yes, it'll be a hole in the green, but between 10 tee box and then
box?
farther, yeah. It'll be reasonably flat instead of the 1 by number 1. That won't be.
Won't try and scare people away.
Anything else for Steve? Okay, Greens Committee, Cammie.
I don't have anything really to add to my report. We went from a pretty wet June where we couldn't keep up with the grass to dry and a little burnt down, but holding it together. But I'll answer any questions.
From Cammie, you've had the situation, and that course is excellent. Mesa, Bob.
I have a pretty extensive list I left you, so I think I'll yield my time this month because I'm sure I'm gonna have a few things to update since we'll be starting our season next month. So if there's any questions, I can answer off my list of items. Otherwise, I'll come with our yearly calendar that I give you every year and a couple other things for next month.
Questions for Bob?
Thank you.
Several items on my report. I just touch on a couple of them here. Daily maintenance and operations with the pool and splash pads has been going good, pretty smooth. Pool's been doing great from what I hear, and attendance has been good, pretty steady. One thing we just finished up replacing or adding walkways in between the bleachers and the tennis courts at Hammond Park, making it a little bit easier access to get to the bleachers and stuff and sit down and watch the players. So we just finished that up today. So things have been going good. Are there any questions if you have any?
The part at Hammond, is that the area like on the north side,
The north
on
side.
the east course that didn't have it before?
Exactly. Yep.
Nice.
North side on the east courts. Got sidewalk now from the concessions all the way through that connects everything to where each section of bleachers is. A lot better access to the bleachers.
Well, that's a good story too, because that was the tennis group kind of came to us and said, it's just something we can look at, and within the same season, you guys turned it around, got it done, and it'll be ready now for the high school's boys season here coming up. So I think it's really cool when we can make things like that happen that are not terribly expensive, obviously, but it's a lot of work, but we get it done. So, and by we, it's you guys, obviously. So good job. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Anything else? Thank you. Tom?
As far as what's going on in the auditorium, we are in the process. They're working on installing the new sound system that they expect to have done here in mid-August. And then since the last meeting, we've up at the complex, we've had the Storm Junior Olympic Fast Pitch Tournament and the 56th Annual State Fair Softball Tournament this past week.
Questions for Tom? A lot of things going on. Thank you, Tom. Let's go to new business. We've already covered the joint powers agreement.
So, the joint powers agreement, we have sent our proposal or our review for the city of Minot. We haven't received that back just yet. So we have nothing to hand you guys. So expect that to be back on the agenda for August. So we don't have anything for you to review yet. So that will be back.
Right to old business 2020 preliminary budget.
Yes, right. It feels like it's old business because we've been talking about it for about 6 months, but I just have a general recap of things that we have discussed. So the 2027 budget before you has a proposed general fund decrease of 42.4%. So that is going down to 18.4 mils of our new 26 mil cap. So once again, just for comparison, our guarantee after the sales tax vote was 26 mils. So we lowered it by 7.6 mils lower than our guarantee. So we're very happy about that. It includes the updated mill value from 255,915 to 269,342. Sales tax is reducing the property tax by $3,646,750. And the overall budgeted revenue from that we used was at 6.5, which we have discussed many times in the past couple months. There are no new debt payments in the 2027 budget. We made our final payment in 2016 on a reimbursement. Reimbursement bond. This does include a 5.776 increase for health insurance through ND Fit. We did update the amounts in from the figures from the 2025 budget and input from department heads. This does include the new free boulevard tree planting program that we are putting out in 2027, up to 175 trees to just help push trees in our community. It also includes the managed IT services, which we don't currently have, nor do we currently have an IT person, which, as we've discussed with other park districts around the state, is a pretty standard operating budget number. We also did look at a fund for Emerald Ash Borer to fund expenses in the event that that would happen. Callan and Jared reviewed lease payments with department heads, and we did restructure a few positions within this budget. So we did remove Tennis Pro as it stands. We added the Cameron Court manager to replace that. We removed a full-time Mesa horticulture split. We removed a full-time auditorium foreman, and then we removed the GMZS executive director after we re-evaluated that agreement with GMZS, so that what we have added is a full-time Mesa employee, added a full-time horticulture auditorium split and maintenance, auditorium tech, community relations manager for the zoo, and a full-time zookeeper. And then some of those we just reevaluated more to full-time rather than part-time positions. And this budget will use a 0% of our 3% cap. Capital improvements in this budget include the Superfund site, Green Valley Court resurfacing, Leech Park Court resurfacing, Mesa West Rink boards, Shields Complex, Corbett Field third base restrooms, Woodland Trail resurfacing, Roosevelt Park Zoo updates, and an allocation for our new irrigation system at the Souris Valley Golf Course. As you guys all know, the Superfund site has been on our long-range planning list since 2013. We're working with the city of Minot, the state of North Dakota, and the EPA to finalize authorization to use that for 18-hole disc golf course, cross-country running track, and the mountain bike trails. The remaining items on that list were presented to our community at our May 20th meeting, informational meeting. So in the binder in front of you, you will see our maintenance project. Once again, the majority of these have been presented to our community. Once this list is approved, we will put this on our website for our community to follow along with improvements. An important note with this is very much a working document. So while we have listed our priorities in there, when we get to the point, I'll use the Shields Complex for an example, is we want to do regrading over there. We want to do new fencing, surfacing, and looking at the tennis courts over there as well. With that, when we look at it, those are the numbers that I would say we aren't as confident on because of the date when we originally got those estimates. So when you look at the Cameron Indoor project, and we are going to be putting these out and having more alternates as we did with that project. So if we get to the Shields Complex and we can do 2 of the 3 and get some other projects done, that's how we're going to present those and bring those back to you guys. I do want to say a sincere thank you to Jared and Callan for all their work on the 2027 budget. It's been put a lot of hours into it. And to our department heads for their input and working their numbers and meeting with us. And then also a huge thank you to Ashley, who took all of our ideas and put them into a pretty binder for everybody to follow along with. So I very much so appreciate that as well. And with that, I would open it up for any questions. Or Callan, did you have anything you wanted to add?
I would have.
Okay.
Questions on the budget for Ellie or Callan?
I probably have this question a couple times. We do ice at the all seasons. Is that a year-to-year contract? Year-to-year? And why do we do it as opposed to the hockey boosters? I'm not saying we shouldn't. I'm not so good at remembering.
Because there's multiple user groups that do use that ice.
So we pay to have it in there, and then we rent it out and
Bob schedules
get
it.
income out of it.
Correct.
I was trying really hard to find something to ask.
I appreciate that.
Is that revenue?
this expense comes out of the Mesa budget as well.
Correct.
Yes.
Are we still continuing the last few years? We've been with the user groups trying to get them to like 40%, right? Has that kind of been the number?
It's a little different depending on the facility. Some of them are easier to hit that 40 than the others, but yeah, most every.
And will they see small increments up still this upcoming year?
Yep. And the Mesas we just approved.
Like, so for like baseball, Manchester Youth Baseball, soccer, everyone.
Yep. Yeah, we'll reevaluate all those.
Any other questions? Well, Ellie, what's our sequence to get to the end with the timeline?
Yep,
Get
absolutely.
to the end of.
If you guys motion tonight to approve, we'll do preliminary budget would be approved tonight, if you guys so wish. And then we would move to our September board meeting, which I apologize, if September 21st, I would have to look up at that date. That would be our public hearing for the budget and our first reading. 15th, thank you. I apologize. September 15th would be our public hearing at 5:30. And then that is where we would do the first reading, and then we would have a special meeting after that, anytime before October 10th when the budget is.
The work's contingent on us approving the budget.
Correct. Yep. The preliminary budget, I'm going to put you on the spot, Callan, and I apologize. Preliminary budget does have to be approved by, do you have that date? Okay.
Essentially. Adjust.
Okay, anytime between the next minute and August, middle of August. So if there's interest, I would entertain a motion to look at that, or at least discussion about approving the preliminary, whatever, when you want to approve the preliminary budget. Okay, and a second. Okay, discussion.
Like the projects that we're shooting for, we will discuss them kind of like one by one. Like, okay, Green Valley's 2 tennis courts now. Is it going to become a tennis court, 2 pickleball, whatever that's going to happen? Beach Park, is it going to? We'll kind of take those as they go out.
Correct. So all what you guys are approving tonight is us, the preliminary budget, but then we will start researching and working with A&E firms to get more firm numbers on these. When it comes to those are all going to come back to you guys with individual bids and of that nature. So you guys will have time to make comment on that before anything.
Not saying, obviously, we're going to do good work with this stuff. I would encourage us when we do that to the Shields complex. We don't need to have 6-foot fences everywhere. Right? If we can look at poles and netting, backstops, and 4-foot fences like you'll find all across other places. Just, I think we're going to do that anyway, but just so that we can make it nice for a long time. I think that'll be key, not just for that one, but for all of them, obviously. So.
And just to that note, Commissioner Olson, I think one of the best things, and I know I've said it before, but is the network of people that we have within not only North Dakota, but beyond that with park districts. And our park districts around the state have put in some really, really great facilities that we can lean into and ask questions. And we're not reinventing the wheel on a lot of it. Not saying we couldn't if there's a better way to do it, but to be able to ask some advice of what worked for you guys and what didn't. And I think that's one of the most exciting parts about this is when we do these projects, we're going to do them right. So the opportunity is there. So we will make sure we bring options to you guys when we do that.
I don't want you, it's not me doubting that we're going to do
No,
it that way.
I didn't take it that way at all.
I just want to
Nope.
say it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, Cal, I think we should call the roll.
Hammer. Kirkhammer. Olson.
Yes.
Schmidt.
Yes.
Updike.
Yes. Preliminary budget 2027 approved. Proceed with the timelines you have. Okay, Ellie, parkland dedication update?
Yes, so I did go to the planning commission meeting on July 14th. At that meeting, I did get up and speak on the park district's behalf regarding removing the language that enforces the public land dedication ordinance. I feel like my message was pretty simple. We as the Minot Park District are more than happy to sit down and have a constructive conversation with council members, with city staff, and with developers. I would not say the ordinance that is in place is perfect by any means, but we being at the table is extremely important for the growth of the Minot community. When we have big developments come in and sitting down with developers and making sure that quality of life is part of the conversation, that public spaces are part of the conversation. I believe removing it completely and not having that conversation would be us taking a step backwards. I think the end goal for anybody in these positions, including the city of Minot, is making sure that our community is a great place to live, work, and play. And parks being at the table at those bigger conversations, I believe, is a very important part of that. It's great for lifelong residents. It's great for current residents and for new residents and visitors to our community. So that will go to the full council on August 3rd. It was voted on planning commission. I believe there were 8 members there that night, so 7 out of the 8 voted to they voted in favor of keeping the language in and having a conversation to correct any or talk about anything that needed to be changed. So it will go to full council on August 3rd. I will go to that meeting as well. If it does get pulled, I would share the same message that I shared at the planning commission meeting, unless you guys had anything else you would like me to add or any other input.
What were the numbers again? Like we had brought in how much money?
Just under 210,000
200.
since inception over the past 5.
Do we have a breakdown of who paid that 150? Like, do we just see the money, or does it say
Yeah.
this builder?
Yeah,
with
all
this,
we have is
or-
How often? Quarterly?
it's sporadic. Yeah, it usually comes on the same checks that we get our state aid ones. There was a lot of building permits pulled it probably monthly.
Any other discussion? Thank you, Ellie.
Yep.
Let's, any other business? Move on to alcohol permits. Motion.
I make the motion to approve alcohol permit.
Okay, second? Need a second. I couldn't hear you. Thank you. So we have a motion to approve and a second. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Director's report, Ellie.
All right. I just have a few things for my report. I did receive a letter from our attorney that we've been working with for the Minot area pickleball group. We will set up a meeting with them to review that. We had talked about working with them as a letter of intent that they want to explore a new opportunity. So we will meet with them here before the August board meeting, just so you guys know that is happening. I did want to say a big thank you to the staff. It has been busy to say the least, and we've been through all 4 seasons, it feels like, within the past 2 months. We started with rain and cold, and now it is heat and dry. So thank you guys to all their work. The events have been great. I believe they've been extremely well attended. We've had plenty of them going on. The pool has been busy. Construction at the zoo is always just keeps us on our toes, but it's going well. But I just want to thank everybody for adjusting accordingly with the weather. It went from when are we going to mow because it's rained so much to it's mowing. The grass is going so quickly that we start all over again. So thank you for that. Now we'll have the shift of kids getting ready to go back to fall practices in college and making sure that we have people to cover all the areas. So it's been a very busy summer, but please know that you are all very much so appreciated. And last but certainly not least, we have our Game Changer Award for June. So please join me in congratulating Chris Stroop on being made the June recipient of the Game Changer Award for the Minot Park District. Chris works in our forestry department. Chris's coworkers say he is always ready to volunteer to take on extra tasks and stay late. He always answers the calls from storm damage and is willing to come in when they do. He continues to work on expanding his tree and plant knowledge. So congratulations to Chris, and thank you for being a game changer for the Minot Park District and our entire community. Chris couldn't be here tonight, but we'll make sure to give him an award. So on that note, I will take any questions you guys have.
Questions, Kelly? Commissioners report, Mike,
I have nothing. Thank
Barry,
Ditto.
guys, are you?
I had the opportunity to drive. And since we pass on the kudos, I was impressed with the pool was full of kids. Wasn't expecting it. And amazing how much didn't have.
The only thing I have is with passage of the sales tax, I'm really looking forward to what we can do and how this district's going to be in 1 year, 2 years. It's going to be amazing. Very happy with it. Okay, foundation meeting follow, and we will need to appoint temporary chairman. I want to appoint Chelsea.
Oh, we just need
Do
to.
we need to close? I think we have to
Work, or
close.
do I stay?
I think we have to close this meeting first. Can I move to close the normal meeting?
Okay, that's true. So, all in favor? Close
Aye.
the meeting. Thank you, Perry. Now we move on to appoint a temporary chairman for the foundation. Chelsea?
Okay. Organization meeting of the step nomination.
I'll move Cliff Hovda president, and I'll also move Mike Schmidt vice president. You can do it that way.
Say aye.
Aye.
Kirk.
I'll just take all of them. That's all right. I'll nominate Callan for clerk, Pete for park attorney, Ellie for ED, and authorized signers as Ellie and Cliff. Aye.
On to personal appearances. Any? Consent items, approval of minutes from June 16th, Park Foundation.
Motion approved minutes.
Motion and second. Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Hammer.
Yes.
Per camera. Olson.
Yes.
Schmidt.
Yes.
Upda.
Yes, motion approved. Approval of bills in the amount of $27,741.35. 3 of them. Need a motion.
I will move the bills as presented, all three, A, B, and C.
Moved and seconded. Discussion?
Just normal stuff coming out of the foundation.
Yep. The larger one is part of the tree program.
Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Hammer. Hammer. Olson.
Yes.
Schmidt.
Yes.
Updike.
Yes. Motion approved. Caitlin?
Yeah, I don't have anything to add unless.
Any new business? Any old business? Motion to adjourn. Seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?